When you first thought about creating the show, what was the biggest obstacle you faced?
I think the hardest obstacle is that the books exist as brilliant sections of detail and history about each woman, and what we needed to do was find a way to connect them all through a narrative. So that was our biggest obstacle, and we came up with this character of Jade, who is going into the Gallery of Greatness, and suddenly we found a way to navigate all of that, and then finding different ways to bring the women together in different sections. So it was brilliant when we discovered that there were lots of people called Mary in the show, Mary Anning, Marie Curie, Mary Seacole, and then that Fifi was also called Marie was brilliant for us, and then suddenly we could put them all into a silly song. So finding little moments like that, or the ones who were connected through adventuring, or the ones who were connected through their jobs, really helped us navigate the translation from the book into a script.
What inspires you?
Oh, lots of things. Hearing these stories of these amazing women, how the obstacles they've overcome in their life, from the big to the small. But I'm inspired by lots of things. I'm inspired by beautiful sunsets, I'm inspired by paintings, I'm inspired by pictures, I'm inspired by my children causing havoc, I'm inspired by my friends. So I guess I'm inspired in lots of different ways in my life. And I think it's a really lovely thing to look for inspiration in the small things as well as the big things that we face.
How do you feel you're treated as women as opposed to men doing the same role?
I think for women, in the role of director, it's like, I don't know, it's a funny business. So I think there's a funny thing for women about how you lead, and that we can lead in a different way, and it's okay to lead through a more communitarian approach rather than the traditional role of director, which is quite male, which is like leading from the front and everybody listening when you speak. And it doesn't mean I don't create a room where we've got clear direction or clear sense of where the big ship of the show is heading, but I think you can do that in a more female way. There are lots of challenges. There's challenges you face. I'm a mum. There's big challenges you face in how you navigate in all these professions, being a parent and still making work, and having space to have both of those identities accepted. I think there's challenges for women around or maybe this is personal to me, but around confidence, because I think a lot more boys grow up being told you can do it, and I think it's harder sometimes for women to feel confident that their voice has value. And I think it's really important to not forget it does have value, and that the more women in these positions that we can champion, and the more that can happen, the more vocal our voices will be in the work, and then there'll be the stories we tell will be more varied and more true to life.
What is the main message that should be spread about women and equality when it comes to jobs?
I think the main thing I would say is you can do it, and don't let those stinky boys get in your way. I think I would say be confident you can do it, that your voice has place, that your voice has value and should be heard. And I think the more women we get in positions of leadership, the more we will then create a context where we look after the generation that are coming, and it becomes more acceptable, and the balance of home and work can coexist. So the more we do it and the more we shout about it, hopefully the easier it will become.